There's a lot to dig into on a Google Analytics dashboard, and many of the resources and insights can help you in your marketing efforts. We'll take a brief tour of the Google Analytics layout and where to find the most helpful elements. As we mentioned in the previous video, anyone with a website can use Google Analytics for free, as long as you place the necessary tags. Go to analytics.google.com to access the data. Your Google Analytics home screen will default to an at-a-glance view of your website's performance for the past 7 days, including the number of user visits, how many sessions there were, where users come from, and which geographic region people are visiting from. Most data are compared week over week. You will also find some real-time data as well as insights. If you want to see data for a different time frame, you can easily change this overview at the bottom to today, the past month, or another custom time. Scroll down to find tiles with more useful data on your active users, user retention, top-selling products, and so on. Let's look more closely at what you can learn and explore the navigation bar here. The navigation bar will give you a good sense of what you can use Google Analytics for. First, there is Lifecycle. Remember how we talked about the purchase funnel? Before people buy a product, they first become aware of that product, and they may engage with that product before they decide to convert or buy the product. You can see this visualization reflected here. By exploring the lifecycle data, you can find out how you acquire people to your website or app, how they engage with the content you provide, and whether they convert, and thus whether you are monetizing your website visitors. The data also gives you more detail on whether you are retaining visitors or making them come back to visit you again. Studying lifecycle data will help you understand whether there are certain parts of the funnel where people get stuck. You'll learn how many people visit your site and where they come from. But you might find that they don't engage much with your content, for instance, or in other words, they may not be visiting as many sections of your website as you might like. And whether people who do engage also convert or take actions you want them to take on your website, like buying a product, for instance. You can also assess whether people who come to your site once come back again. The next section covers data that give you more insight into your users. You can learn more about their demographics, like age, gender, and where they're visiting from, and the tech they are using, which devices, browsers, and so on. Insights about your user can be very helpful. Marketers can use this information to evaluate whether they are reaching their target audience, and it can help you understand whether users are more likely to access your site from mobile devices or from their desktop or laptop. In the events section, you can find data about conversions that happened on your site, like the number of purchases you've had for a promotion, and any important events that led up to a conversion, like a click, a scroll, or an add to cart event, for instance. When you add the Google Analytics event tag to your site, you can specifically indicate which events you want to monitor. Then you can find the data about these events in Google Analytics. This part of the reporting is essential to get a good handle on the success of your marketing. You want to be able to monitor whether the event you would like to see happen actually happened. For instance, you want to monitor the purchases on your site. The events area is where you will do that. Under the Explore link in the navigation, you will find more options to analyze your data. There's a template library that will help you through common analyses like funnel analysis to better understand how people move through the sales funnel, or flow analysis to help you evaluate how people flow through your site or what their most common navigation patterns look like. You'll also find templates for segmentation, for instance. As I'm sure you can imagine, the most interesting insights come from customized analyses of your data. This part of Google Analytics is designed to help you with that. Finally, the Configure section lets you explore audiences, custom dimensions, and metrics that are specific to your account and that you have defined to help you analyze the data. As you can see from just this overview, Google Analytics is a very rich tool. It gives you many ways to slice your data and to develop an understanding of the behavior on your website and app. In our next video, we'll look at how a business can use some of these Google Analytics data points to help them in their marketing efforts.